Hey YouTube, it's Brick Smith with Griffin.
Did it work? Did it sync up at all?
A little bit. It was better than some of our past live streams where you could when you're. Yeah, he's not gonna stop. Griff, knock it off.
Hey everybody!
Welcome to Forever Sorting with Kevin Artist Hinkle
And Griffin.
Griffin, our special guest tonight. Griffin.
I love it. Hey, anytime that it is not my dogs that are the ones that are yipping and hollering, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna bask in the glory.
Well, I was sitting there and I was like, Brittany, I do this show called Forever Sorting with Kevin A. Hinkle. And you know what we need? We need a barking / whining dog of our very own.
Just at all times.
That's it. Just to be on the show.
That's great.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, hey, you know what? You know who's the real victor in this? Is the viewers at home.
Always.
Because they now have another voice to add to the program. So welcome back, everybody. We hope you enjoyed the yipping. Maybe there'll be more. Maybe there'll be none.
He is now asleep and pissed. In that order.
I'm mad asleep. I'm sleeping mad.
He's mad. He's a mad sleeper.
Well, so welcome back, everyone. Forever Sorting. You guys know,
Jude. Welcome back.
You guys know what this is all about. So we're gonna skip all of that and we're gonna go straight into the comments because let's see what you guys said about the last.
Yep. You know what? There's a lot of comments. I think it's more than normal.
Yeah, the 18 according to this. So let me sort them by order they were left, and let's run through them.
Right.
So our first commenter was Doc Sampson. And Doc Sampson said, "Welcome to Drinking Live. I mean, Forever Sorting."
Right. Listen. Sometimes the sauce is good.
The sauce, yes.
Yeah. I want to tell you something, folks. I don't use it to medicate, but sometimes it is the best medicine.
And I can also confirm pretty confidently that was the only Forever Sorting episode in which you were drunk.
Drinking. I never got drunk.
You never proclaimed I'm Brick Smith and I'm drunk, which is a tell sign.
Yes.
However, I did ask you, can you feel your teeth? And you said yes. So you were basically on the cusp.
I was one more shot away from being completely plastered. But, but could I have built a set? Yes.
Right.
Would I have wanted to? No.
So you could all say, everybody, it was a matter of time. All right, so we got that.
And it been a 2-hour show, I probably wouldn't have made it to the end.
Yeah, probably not. All right, next comment. Strawbrick.
Didn't do.
So Strawbrick says, "Thanks for the story update. Good to hear Kevin is doing better."
Yeah.
I guess that hashtag really does work. I've heard companies don't like to hire fans as that type of hire tries to do what they themselves believe is best for the company and other fans versus what the company wants them to do. An employee is more likely to be insubordinate when told to do something they don't like or push back more. Companies like or desire those that can just tell them to do something and they just do it. No questions asked.
There you go.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
And
yep. I like the comments where you're like, yep.
Yeah. I mean,
like Cinnamons. Exactly.
Yeah. And one of the things that I don't know if just part of me kind of detoxing off the Lego hobby, I guess, if you want to say, and not like, just because you guys know, I mean, I've been pouring a lot of time into my business and into freelancing, and as much as I can with art, I have not touched Lego. I haven't built any sets. I haven't made any mocks. I don't even have an interest in doing that right now. But I'm still interested in what the community is talking about and listening to streams and
don't stop it. Don't you dare think about pulling Kevin's A-Fall card. He's the ones that invented it.
Well, but so one of the things that I've noticed in this kind of state of mind, I guess, is fans joke a lot about stealing Lego, a lot. And I don't think any of it is intentional or malicious or even truthful.
Right.
But I've started to notice, and again, in this weird kind of slightly distant mind state, in a lot of live streams and a lot of reactions and stuff, that it just seems to come up a lot where they're for example, there's a whole bunch of content floating around about Lego Masters right now, and a lot of people keep saying did you get any of the bricks from the wall? Did you snag any of those?
I asked that question.
But I mean, you're one of 50.
Yes.
And also just other places where content from Lego House where they're hey, is it going to be a big deal if one of these minifigs goes missing? And I'm like, wow, I never realized how much the community jokes about stealing all the time.
Moreover than stealing, we are collectively believing, and this is just an opinion. My assumption is that we really want and expect freebies from Lego.
Well, yes, that is true.
Because I know that if you spend $200, they'll give you a canvas bag with Lego written on it.
Yeah.
So why would they not let us to each 50,000 people take one minifig?
Right. And so one of the things that I have said before,
I'm listening, go
on this program, is that Lego as a company has great in hiring self-proclaimed AFOLs into the company. And one of those reasons they've said is that they feel like they're more prone to theft. And I've always pushed back on that. I'm like, I don't understand why you think. And it's just been really fascinating in the last couple months. Again, I'm still listening to live streams. I'm reading, brick set articles. I'm reading Brothers Brick thing. And I'm just like, wow, a lot of people do joke about stealing Lego all the time. And I don't know if that's just maybe what over the years has seeped into the consciousness of Lego corporate proper. But I'm just I can kind of see why they think that that's a problem. I don't necessarily still agree with it. I'm just saying interesting. And now that I've said that, everybody listening, now that I've said that, just think and just keep that in the back of your head.
Yeah.
You're reading articles from the Brothers Brick or Brick Set or watching Beyond the Brick videos. Just look how often these little things pop in there about stealing Lego from Lego stores off the floor, from Legoland, from Lego. It comes.
Clutch.
Well, I mean, it comes up now that you're it's gonna come up a lot more now that you're it's like when you buy a car and then you see the car you bought now all the time on the road.
Oh yeah, we got a Toyota Camry, and we have a white Toyota Camry, and there's 8 million of them. There's literally 4 at my job. They're not all white, and there's 8 at her job.
And now you're just
together like a pack.
You're super aware of it now.
Yeah, but you touched on something very interesting right there. And folks, let us know in the comments below. And it doesn't matter if you let us know or not, because I've said that before, and you're like, well, I'm not going to do this. What about we do an episode about life,
liberty,
AFOL life after Lego?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Because Kevin's touched on something. Not every single one of us, AFOLs that have been in the realm of AFOLdom will have spent time where they're like, I don't want to build, I don't want to mock, I don't want to sort. I do love my community. Yeah. I want to keep on talking with them. Today, I even got to a point where I'm like, this month coming up is going to be so stressful. I think I might need to take a break for the whole month. And
sure,
I decided that was dumb because I got too many irons in the fire that I want to be a part of. I can't just pick and choose what I want to do. I'm here for you guys, and I'm here for myself. This feeds my soul, and I hope it feeds yours too. But anyway, the point I'm making is, what is the AFOL life when you don't really feel like building? And I don't mean for a couple days. I mean for a month, 2 months, 6 months. Yeah. So y'all weigh in, see if we want us to delve down that little rabbit hole when we get done with this thing.
Yeah, it is fascinating.
I would like to know more, honestly, because it's got me thinking. Because I get into funks, I call them funk, but for you, it was a legitimate choice, the detox, if you will. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, and it's still, no, it's still not something that I feel like is a permanent thing. I'm just like, okay, you know what? There's only so many hours in the day. There's only so much, especially, not to make this too much about me for a show about me.
Wait a minute. Yeah.
But it's like because I work in a creative field where I'm illustrating and drawing and designing, like my brain, I only have so much creative energy I can throw out all day long.
Right.
And so it's like when I'm done, I'd rather just watch you guys build Lego sets and plan mocks. And I'm like, I'm good. But yeah, it's interesting. It is an interesting discussion. So, but thank you, Strawbricks, for that comment.
Amen.
The next comment is from Brick Blaze. And Brick Blaze says that he thinks the Zelda Blacktron Aethelshire print would be good as a poster. So thank you for that comment. Appreciate it.
But that's video games and Lego there.
Yeah. And then we have one comment from InTalk, and InTalk says, Viva the Eiffel. Kevin, what would that sticker look like? That's an interesting one. That is an interesting one. Somebody can hire me. We can find out what it looks like. All right, next comment. Oh, Brick Blaze is back again.
That's my dog.
And he goes, that raw backdoor stuff. Did I say that?
I said that.
Okay.
That was right before my teeth, I think.
Okay, right. He says this just became an adult stream. Bow chicka wow wow.
Yeah. If you guys want to know what we're talking about, go back to last week's and check it out.
Yeah, because I know I said like behind the scenes and stuff like that, but
I said backdoor rough stuff.
Our next comment comes from Bricks on the Dollar.
Hey,
and Bricks on the Dollar says, wow, spoilers. I found that the Fox website has the episode streaming. So for those of us living in the cableless future, we can still catch up on Lego Masters. I've only seen the first two so far, as the Fox site is intentionally throttled. And I will double down on you're going to talk about Lego Masters every week here.
Again, because of him.
I know, right? And here's the deal. Anybody who's watching this, again, that you just on the off chance you don't know, the Brickhead family does a pre-show every week. So if you want to go like get your theories out there before, go watch them and talk about it there. That's for an hour. Then you watch the show. After the show, you have an hour on right here on Bricksmith's channel, and then you've got your live reactions to the show. And if you're still feeling like you haven't had enough, you can wait. I think it's another 1 or 2 hours, and then Doc Sampson will watch it live, and you can watch his reactions to it
live while he watches the show on the YouTube.
Yeah. So
I didn't want to do that because I'm afraid Fox is kind of come after me.
Yeah. Hey, Doc fears nothing.
I assume not.
Doc has no fears. So you have plenty of options for getting your Lego Masters fixed. I don't necessarily have a need to talk about it. So, but there you go.
Well, you're what? Well, why are you always in my chat? Is that just because we're friends?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. So the next comment is from.
Listen, folks, he doesn't want to talk about it. He texts me about it during the show.
Yeah,
I put it out there. And it's always it's always the same thing.
I mean, usually it is. It's just when I have like
are killing it
every week. It's just when I have like a strong opinion that I'm like, and I sit there and I look in the room and I'm like, 6-year-old Julian on the phone. I'm like, I'll send it to Julian.
I know who cares.
So hey, but yeah.
Philosophical with your 6-year-old
exactly,
about it.
Right? We're gonna get down to the real information. The next comment is from Bricks Ninja with the bricks.
Brennan Nix, what's up?
And he has a very specific comment with an arrow pointing to his icon, saying the artwork is definitely worth the wait.
It sure is.
And then also,
here, Kevin, you got it on your forehead now.
Wait.
Yep. Yeah. Kevin did the okay.
I was going to grab it. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. And then we've got another comment. This may the name's not super familiar, so maybe this is brand new. But from Alec McBrick.
Oh,
Alex McBrick.
Alex McBrick. Yeah. So go ahead and subscribe to him. Find him on, just Google him or YouTube him. He's been around for a little while. I don't know if this is the comment that tells you where he comes from or not. Does it, Kevin?
Where you mean like
how he found us?
I think it is because
okay, go ahead and read it.
Yeah, it says, "Hello, Bricksmith and Kevin. I am a very new member of the Pink Bucket Nation, and I recently binged the entire Forever Sorting podcast. It feels good to be caught up finally.
Absolutely.
I'm what Bricksmith would consider a baby AFL.
That's right.
This week, 1 year ago, actually, was when I got back into Lego after about 10 years. Anyways, just wanted to say that I love the podcast. Thank you to Bricksar for making this known to me.
Who?
And just thought I would say hi from Canada."
Oh, Canada, my home and native land.
And Scott H510 replied to that saying, "Good to see another Canadian following this episodic tale."
Look at us. We got the Canucks are going crazy right now.
Oh yeah. So hey,
thank you.
Thanks for listening to our show, and hopefully you've been, as I've said from the beginning, entertained in some fashion, maybe educated about something. I don't know.
Wait, Kevin, I'm proclaiming this right now.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome everyone to Forever Sorting, the #1 Lego podcast in Canada.
Well, okay.
They can't. Okay, who's stopping us?
I don't know. I mean, there's other podcasts that are international.
I said Lego.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Clutch will have something to say about it.
Come on, Clutch.
or what's the other Bricks and Bits?
Listen,
right?
fellas, you Canadian fellas. I need you guys to send me some poutine, please, in a box. Actually, just put it in a bag.
You want it like shipped like same day?
Oh, I don't know. Give it a week. It makes.
Oh,
I've never actually had poutine, and I want some so bad it's not even funny.
Oh, I mean, I think it's.
You've been
well.
You went to Canada.
Yeah.
Did you get some while you're at McDonald's?
Not McDonald's, but they have
poutine. It. They do have it.
They have it. Yeah, the first time I ever went to Canada, I did have some through the Wendy's drive-through.
Yes.
And then also, I think that same day, we went to like a really nice restaurant, and I had it like the high dollar with like the ceramic plate that's like pristine and
up.
And I was like, wow, I had fast food poutine and like fine dining poutine in the same day.
Which one was better?
I think it's pretty. You could probably guess which one was better.
Fast food, of course.
Right. However, there is something to the art of a more fast foody chain version, not like so far down the spectrum that you are getting it through the McDonald's drive-through, but like there are a couple like poutine chains, and I think one of the one that I've really come to enjoy, I think it's called Smokes Poutineery. Okay. I think that's the name of it, and their branding is like plaid. Like they use like the plaid print and like this old guy's face. He's just smiling. And
that's tape, am I right?
Their menu, it's like 60 versions of poutine. So it's just like,
I know I'm gonna like it. That's why I want to taste it.
Yes, it's like anything you can imagine, you can put on it, and it'll just be. And it's French fries. Hey,
I'm ready.
So thank you for
the conversation, everybody.
What's that?
I apologize for our conversation.
No, it's perfect. It's perfect. I'm just finishing. I had a work message that I was waiting for.
You're an artist. You don't have work.
Well, but yeah, thank you, Alex, for joining us and listening. I like this comment from Mr. Noisy. And so we talked about Mr. Noisy last time. I was like, I don't remember Mr. Noisy before.
Yeah, it looks like Mr. Noisy's back.
And Mr. Noisy goes, oh, thanks for acknowledging my comment, Bricksmith and Mr. Hinkle Draws. You're welcome.
Hey,
now we're 2 for 2.
Did it again, Mr. Noisy.
2 for 2. Yes, thank you. And we got a comment from Brixar.
Who?
And Brixar says, you like our product, therefore you suck, and we don't want you.
There it is. There it is. That's Lego in a nutshell, everybody.
That's like the
and good night.
That's like the interpreter from corporate speak to like every man's language.
There it is.
And then Blockhead UK
Kaz
says, good to see Kevin back on his feet again and good to hear more of the story. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool Lego Picks says, Kevin, it's great to see that you haven't forgotten the story, except the one how you saved Ninjago. I've heard a few different stories, so could you clarify what actually happened?
The night that Kevin saved Ninjago.
Yeah, and I can do that fairly quickly, I think.
Or you could just make it the whole episode.
No. I'll try to do it as fast as I can. So it has gone around. It's made the rounds several times over the last several years. But from my perspective, it's not as super complex or super fascinating or interesting. Of course, it evolved into a cluster, but I was at the Lego fan convention Bricks Cascade, which is actually happening right now as we're recording. But this was year 1, I think. This was the first year that Bricks Cascade had ever happened. So that is a Lego fan convention in Portland, Oregon. And I was doing
the largest Lego
in Portland.
convention in Portland.
I love marketing like that. It's just like, but wait, that's the only. Okay, never mind. So it's, hey, everybody, it's the #1 movie in America. So I was there, and the owners of the event had requested an official Lego group Q&A session. The Q&A sessions, we've talked about this forever ago, were never something that I, as a Lego group representative, came in saying, let's do a Q&A session. It was always like at the request of the event. The event would say, hey, we have a Lego representative. Could you please do a Q&A session with our exhibitors? And I didn't mind doing it. All my predecessors did them. My successor did them. So it's not like it's out of the question to do a Q&A session. Right. They're usually not terribly exciting because, as you can imagine, I can't answer 90% of the questions. So the
other questions are, when are we getting monorail?
Yeah, the questions are definitely split in like half of the questions are, here's a thing I liked that you stopped doing, bring the thing back. That could be Lego Universe, Bionicle, monorail, 9-volt, just fill in the blank. And would you think those would stop? They don't ever stop. Every show, every time, every year, no matter what. So there's a bunch of those. And then there's a whole bunch of questions on future things that you can't talk about. So, but not as blatant as, dear Lego representative, could you tell us what products are coming out next year? Because that's not going to fly. So instead, they are typically packaged in a way of, hey, Lego group representative, my question is, do you think Lego would ever potentially release XYZ? And it's like, that is a future question. You're asking me my thoughts on an IP. Usually it's IP related, right? Like, do you think Lego would ever release Nintendo? Do you think Lego would ever release Stranger Things? Do you think? And I'm like, guys, if it was happening, couldn't tell you about it. So I can't start getting into the hypotheticals of would we, wouldn't we, why not? So there's the Q&As, a bulk of the question is on stuff from the past, stuff from the future. Can't really answer either. So that, we get all that out of the way. But so somebody at the show, I was at Bricks Cascade. I was wandering the show floor, talking to fans. That's what I do.
What? You do that?
I used to do that. And somebody had gotten to conversation with me about Ninjago, the theme. This was not a kid. This was not a teenager. This was a older guy with white hair I remember who he was too. He's a really nice guy. I believe he's from Utah. And so we were talking, and he was not really interested in Ninjago. He was just talking about successful Lego themes. And he was like asking me, this was just me and him at the show, asking me what my thoughts were on Ninjago moving into the next phase. And I was like, well, there's only going to be one more year. I mean, it's a 3-year theme. It's what Lego calls a Big Bang. So it has like year 1, year 2, year 3, done. Move on to the next one. It's something they've done before. They've done it since. And something I did not really anticipate is that apparently I had just taken the grenade, pulled out the thing, and just threw it into the ether, and that was going to come back.
Good job, Kevin.
I mean, it was really a innocent conversation between
me and the
person.
And do you secretly love Ninjago?
Well, so what's funny in, I mean, a sad, ironic kind of way, is now we're at the Q&A at Bricks Cascade.
Yeah.
I am on stage, microphone in hand. There's always someone out there with a phone out, with a camera out, always. Because, you know, the Lego guy's going to say something real juicy. And so they're always recording the whole thing. And so somebody asked me a question. I got a lot of other questions that were same. And then someone goes, I have a question for you. Is it true that you confirmed that Ninjago would be discontinued at the end of next year? And I mean, kind of taking the really kind of organic, innocent conversation we had and like sharpening it like a pencil and then just stabbing me with it. And I'm like, oh, okay. And so I didn't lie to anybody.
Oh,
like, well, I mean, yeah, and I did say on stage, I said, well, I didn't announce the theme as being discontinued. I answered somebody's question on the show floor and let them know that, yes, Ninjago is what Lego considers a Big Bang theme. That means it has a 3-year life and then it ends.
Right.
So there will be something that's going to come out next. I think you'll really enjoy it. I think you'll like it. But yeah, yes.
What was supposed to be coming out next?
Chima was coming out next. So, I mean, it didn't quite, you know. But
Ninjago, that's for damn sure.
I remember looking at the prototypes and I'm like, whoa, there's some really cool animal elements in these things. And, you know, how they had the faces were printed and then they also had like the helmet. So you could do, I mean, I was like, this is pretty solid.
I tell you what, Brittany likes the animals. So there.
So, yeah, I mean, and that's what I was looking at. I didn't know anything about storyline, or I just saw sets and parts is what I saw. But so that happened, right?
Right.
And then I really kind of didn't think much more of it. I was a little nervous because I'm like, wow, they really kind of twisted my conversation into like a announcement. And I'm like, that's not at all what I did. I just answered a question, and then now I had to answer it on stage, and now I was filmed answering it. And so, of course, it blew up. It blew up like nothing ever has. People still to this day tell me the only reason they know who I am is because I was tied to a Ninjago announcement.
Wow.
And I'm like, great. So, you know, a couple people did some, you know, like I think Brick Show was a big notable name that like made a post about it. All the blogs were like, Kevin Hinkle announced at Bricks Cascade that Lego Ninjago will be discontinued next year. I'm like, no, I did not. I did not announce.
What year was that?
Oh, I don't remember.
12, 13, or 14?
Somewhere in there. It's one of
if
those.
You guys know, put the answer down below, and Kevin will sign you a sticker, and then you can buy it. You'll win a chance to buy a signed sticker. If somebody asked you to autograph a sticker, would you do it?
I mean, I would if they wanted me to.
Okay, now you know.
So
your hand's gonna get crampy. Damn it, Julian.
Yeah. So for some, I mean, you know, again, in retrospect, I shouldn't be surprised, but you know, I answered a question and it evolved. It played the telephone game. And over the course of a couple weeks, it turned into Lego executive announces discontinuation of most profitable Lego theme. Now, here's what's really important for
you earned that. You earned that. You earned that. That you need to wear that as a badge of honor. You earned it. That's your fault.
The thing I did get a kick out of is a lot of the more casual fan sites don't know who I am, right? They have no idea. They just know here's a name, here's an announcement. And so I had all kinds of fun titles. I had a little blog post that said Lego lead product designer Kevin Hinkle announces. I had one of them said CEO. Said CEO Kevin, and I'm like, I'm the CEO now. And now, remember, Ninjago was lightning hot with the kiddos.
Oh, for sure.
And so, we're talking kids 10 years old, 9, 8, young teenagers. So of course they're going to run with whatever they want to say. So they were the ones that were calling me all kinds of crazy titles. But what's really important, that for everybody to know is that was 100% factually correct. Ninjago was going to be discontinued the next year. There was already plans. The merchandisers already knew there was no more product after next year. There was going to be a new theme called Legends of Chima. There was articles in our employee internal magazines about how to sunset a successful Lego theme. I mean, everybody was ready for it to go away. It was going to go away. And then I said a thing that I wasn't necessarily told not to. But, it's just one of those things. It's like eventually you learn, just don't ever say anything.
It's safer that way, Kevin.
Yeah. And for the record, Lego does not like when things go away because it affects your purchasing patterns. Because if you're like, oh, if I know it's going to go away, then maybe I'll wait for clearance, or maybe I'll, it just like it disrupts the way you buy things. So they don't like you to ever know.
And they call the American AFOL, what do they call us? Money hungry, what?
I don't know.
No, you said it about, you said they said that about us a few episodes back when talking about our conventions and such.
Oh, they're all just commercial. It's about making money and utilizing the brand.
From a multi-billion dollar conglomerate.
Yeah.
Well, Lego.
Yeah. So it's it was true. It was real, and yeah, they just didn't necessarily want anyone to know that. Now the backlash from the kiddos and the kiddos' moms, was the likes of which they had never seen. So I'm not even joking, hundreds of phone calls a day started coming in. How dare you discontinue my son's favorite Lego theme? How dare you?
How dare you?
I mean, it was insane. And I got called into meetings. I got called into very important, not necessarily disciplinary, but very important, like, Kevin, what did you do? And I'm like, I didn't do anything. I just answered a question. It's part of my job.
You should have looked at it and said the better question is, what have you not done?
And they even started going into stores, into Lego stores. I got 2 district managers called me and said, Kevin, your name is coming up a lot in our stores. And I'm like, why? Like, because apparently you announced. I'm like, I didn't announce anything. You announced the end. So that happened. Total, absolute disruption of the business.
My God.
Call center was overwhelmed. And so amazingly enough, doesn't happen often, but Lego was like, throw the brakes. We have to fix this because we clearly are making a mistake. And so they did a total about face. They got the whole design. The design team was done. There was no designers for Lego Ninjago because Ninjago was discontinued.
Right.
So, I mean, and Lego's working 2 to 3 years in advance in billing.
Right.
So there was no designers. So they said, we need to get back the Ninjago designers, and we need to reboot this. Easter egg, the next theme that came out was the Ninjago rebooted sub theme. But so they brought him back in and said, give us something. They didn't have a normal design time. They basically had half of that time. So the sets are not necessarily regarded as really great sets from that sub theme, the rebooted sub theme, that they were just desperately trying to get something on shelf. Now, what I do take issue with is Lego was very, very firm in saying this was all a big misunderstanding and it was never going to go away.
Oh, it made you look like an idiot.
I mean, that just really kind of like, hey, to quote Peter Griffin, really grinded my gears, because I can accept that it's like, okay, fine, I'll take it. I shouldn't have said it, but the fact is, it was honest, and I think you would be better off just saying, "Yep, this is what we're going to do. We heard your cries. We're here to save the day. We'll bring it back." But instead, it's more important that you just want to make me look stupid, and be like, "No, it was never going to go away." So yeah, I did say several times in several platforms that Ninjago was never going to end, and that was a miscommunication. There's evidence out there that it was gone.
Listen, I'll say this as well, Kevin. Yeah, listen, Lego, own your mistake, because if it was never going to go, you would have fired this man for saying anything at all, and you didn't.
Not then.
I'm right.
Not then. So they did do a total about face, brought the product designers back in. They totally rebooted it as fast as they could. I think the products were not on shelf for maybe half a year, maybe. And then it went right back in. So then, of course, to the community, the story changed to Kevin Hinkle saved Ninjago, because I went out there and I said, hey, this is going away. And everybody had the opportunity to tell Lego how mad that would make them, which is true. Now, people have asked me, Kevin, what do you think would happen if you never said that? And I said, well, the same thing. It would go away. Everybody would say, whoa, what in the hell, Lego? My kid loves that. I still think it would have got the exact same level of outcry, but it would have been too late. It would have happened a year later. And I don't know if just because of the way kids play and they get older and their interests move on, I don't know if they would have had the momentum to keep it as hot as it is, because you would have had a whole year, if not more, maybe 2 years of nothing. And that's enough to just kill it. It's just done. People move on. They move on to other things. So I don't honestly, I don't know the answer, but I think they would have still been people that would have been totally upset. They would have called Lego and given them an earful. They might have brought it back in, but I don't know if they had brought it back in then, if it would have stayed as long as it has. So that's the story. I went to a show. I unintentionally announced the discontinuation of a Lego theme before the company was ready for you to know. And then when you, as collectively, as a unit of society, complained, they turned the wheels back on and made it not go away. And there you go. And now Ninjago is still here, and it had a theatrical film. Amazing.
It's funny to me, Kevin, that was your quick little story.
40 minutes in. So, all right, that was fast.
That was fast, folks. It took him 15 minutes.
That was fast. All right, next comment is from Dude Jude. Dude Jude says, wow, nice to hear Kevin again. Bricksmith, slow down on the honey. Good one, guys. Keep up the good work. Empty? Yeah. Maybe a little drop.
There's a drop, but I'm done. I'm not nearly as bad off as I was last week, but I'm definitely more than I should be.
And then we got a comment from Bricks O'Brien.
Who?
Bricks O'Brien says, I can confirm that I am that one person and I know I'm right. And he had his timestamp, so I don't know. It's probably in reply to something specific. But thank you, Brian, for watching and listening and commenting.
We love you, Brian. If you guys are not following, subscribe to, or whatever it is on Twitch, go ahead and do that now to Bricks O'Brien. Yeah. He is the other white meat.
He's good people. And Cool Lego Picks comes back with another comment. Hey, Kevin, I was curious as to why Lego in 2008 and continuing now are using blind bags, example CMFs, and not blind boxes, example Bionicle masks, Pat. I don't know if there's like a more in-depth answer. It's just it makes you have to chase stuff. and it makes you, and again, I use you, everybody.
Yeah.
But there's always exceptions to everything. It makes you spend more money.
Yeah.
Because they're taking a gamble that, some of you are going to sit there and feel the bag. You're going to use the barcode. You're going to use the bump code. And then the vast majority are not.
Yep.
And you're going to throw it in the basket. It's an impulse buy. It's designed to be an impulse buy. They want mom. I mean, I've been in the meetings. They want mom with the grocery cart in Target buying clothes and stuff, and little Johnny is just being a handful. She's like, fine, get one of those minifigs off the register and we'll get that for the car ride. And he picks it up, throws it in the basket, and she buys it.
Watch this. I want to definitely get into the different levels of AFOL or the different variances of AFOL. I think that's a slippery slope we could go down. I started out as a penniless AFOL. Penniless. Then where I had to feel every single bag and make sure it was that one CM if I needed. Right, and I got it. Okay, so this is my one Lego purchase for the 2 weeks.
Yeah,
I was there. I was that guy. I got to the point where I would throw 5 minifigs in the basket anytime we went to Walmart, Target, or wherever, and go, well, I got some AFOL friends who aren't at the level where I am of able to be spending what I'm spending or getting what I'm getting. I'll just throw them a bone. I'll give them my double if I get any doubles. You been there, Kevin?
Sure. Well, no.
No. I am also that same AFOL that gets bones thrown to me. I have had friends give me entire CMF series. Oh, you didn't get those? Here, take that.
We may have heard some of those stories.
Huh?
We may have heard some of those stories before.
I'm sure we have.
But yes, and we, amazingly enough, I know we are 42 minutes in, but there's one more comment.
Is this the comment episode, Kevin?
No, I mean, it wasn't planned to be.
It was not planned to be, folks.
But all right, the last comment we've got is from InTalk, and it's pinned. It is pinned. It's hi, I'm Bert Smith, and this is Kevin Hart. Closed captioning, do better.
I wonder what it said this time.
Right. Be pretty good. So
thank you, InTalk. I pinned that because I thought that was like,
fun.
Yeah,
it's fun. It is fun. So yeah, I mean, hey, we're 43 minutes in. I want to get a little bit more of the story in for you.
You literally have like 5 seconds to do the story.
5. So last time we were talking about the kind of final applicant to take over for me as the community manager for the Americas, and I told you guys that we got down to Kristen, Paul, and Simon. Simon was removed because he's a fan. That's what Keith was talking about in the comments.
Yeah.
And I think I said it. I think I said it last time, but I'll take any opportunity to reinforce this. Lego doesn't hire fans, guys. They just don't. So if they know you are a fan, you're pretty unless. Like really the only area that it seems to not affect thing is design. That seems to be the only place it does not affect.
Right, because hashtag Carter Baldwin and Power Pig Chris McVeigh are now designers, and they have been lifetime fans and wanted to be designers their entire life.
Yeah.
And folks, that simply says this: if you work hard enough, your talent's high enough, and you push hard enough, you can do what you want to do when it comes to Lego.
Yeah, you can. Hey, it's real. There are real product designers that make sets.
And just because Kevin's career sucked doesn't mean yours will.
Right. It's very true. So keep in mind, because being a product designer is a little bit like, the major sports player in like, I want to be a professional football player. It's like, that's fine. Somebody will.
Good luck, kid.
But hey, stay in school, right? But so
there you go.
The more people that I speak to want to work for Lego, and they want to work for Lego like in a Lego store, or they want to work at corporate in Enfield, Connecticut for some reason.
What?
All right. And so if that is what you're aiming for, if that's where you're looking, if that's where you're investigating, my advice to you is it's always going to be the same. Do not discuss your fandom. Do not talk about being an AFOL. Do not talk about your lug. Do not talk about all the shows you go to. Don't boast about how many brick worlds you've been to and how many brick fairs you've been to. Don't talk about your YouTube channel where you review Lego products. Don't talk about how many times you've been blogged by the Brothers Brick. Those are all like, you're done. You're out of there as soon as you start throwing that stuff in there. Focus on the job. You know, if the job is retail, talk retail. Talk about how good you are with customers, how fast you can check them out, how good at stalking you are, your visual merchandising skills, how great with kids you are. Like, leave all that fandom stuff out. You know, the one thing they do want to hear, though, I used to play with it as a kid. That's what they want to hear.
Now, listen here, looky here, or listen here. The Lego store in Birmingham was without a doubt. I watched them as they were getting ready to shut the show down to shut the store down for forever.
Yeah.
Dude, I was talking to, I'd say 6 or so, or listening to them while I filled my pick-a-brick cup up. By the way, the employees were jam up. However, I want to say that all of them were like, I'm going to the show later. I just came from the show. I got tickets. I'm going to take pictures. What about Marlug? What about this? So that entire store staff that was there that day, and there was 6 of them.
Yeah.
Because 2 were off duty because they just left the show and they came up to the store to see their other friends. And the other 4 that were working were talking about shutting the store down. Dude, they were up to their necks in a fall Lego dump.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's, you know, obviously once you got the job, it's a totally different ball game in terms of what you can do. Again, I will just caution you. I will caution you that when it is discovered that you are you know, a Lego fan and you engage in whatever you want to engage in, be careful. Be very careful, because I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm not trying to embellish. I do have a list of people that I know, especially in retail, that have not really done anything wrong, but they're just a little bit too much of a brand risk because they are high profile on YouTube, or they do blogging and they do Lego stuff. And so they find reasons that they don't work out. They don't like it. They do not like that kind of stuff. But if you're, you know, it only comes down to, like, it only takes that one little decision. They go, oh, time to get rid of you.
Hold on. Hey, if you watch this show, or you know somebody who does watch this show who is in retail and that has a YouTube channel, I would love for you to ask them or tell us yourself how it goes for you. How much do they know? What do they know? Listen, Linda. I got two friends that I know that work at a Lego store. Yeah. And I'm not even talking about the other person. It's the super secret squirrel. I'm not even talking about that person, but I'm talking about 2 people that work at a Lego store who are heavy duty. Like, every day on Instagram, I see a post.
Yeah.
This person is in their uniform and they are with somebody at the Lego store and they're posting it on their Instagram. And then I have another friend that puts up 20-minute vlogs talking about working at vlog stuff from the store. And I'm like, all right, cool. Are you going to get in trouble?
That's when, like, your glasses have, like, the 16 other, like, monocles, and they all start coming down. You're like, you just start, like, examining really closely.
I will never tell you who they are.
Yeah, because you can't do it.
I love both of them and all of their content, so I like to see it. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, oh well. If you do, don't put their name in the chat. Don't do it. Don't do it. It will be deleted as immediately as I find it.
Yeah. So just hey, be careful, folks.
Please.
You know, they're just like Julian said, it doesn't mean that everyone that works there is miserable. People have wonderful jobs and careers there and they love it. And, you know, you get out of it what you put into it.
And there's that one lady that got all that discount that one day and then quit because she thought you were
evil.
a jerk.
I was evil. So yeah, we're if you have followed anything with the Lego community, you should probably know who got the job, right? That shouldn't be too big of a secret or big of a surprise.
Well, but Kevin, we have Baby A Falls.
We do have Baby A Falls.
We have Baby A Falls.
So
we have to go back and research this.
Yeah.
And honestly, I can't even remember what year we're talking about here.
2016.
I'll be honest with you. You guys didn't matter to me in 2016.
I'll be honest with you.
but it's nothing personal. It's just like I wasn't into not into the community, but into the inner workings of the Lego group.
Yeah, sure. That's fine.
Now Lego, I'm pretty sure I know. I mean, I just know who got fired here lately, but you know,
Lego themselves are not interested in the inner workings of themselves.
No, not even a little bit. So remember, we're not managing the product, just the company, folks.
Right. So the job of community manager for Americas, this is the role I had been holding for now a few years.
Right.
Solo, as I was telling you, as I was drowning and just miserable, was finally done, and the job was offered to Paul. Paul is still employed at Lego today. Paul is not a community manager anymore. So just so you know, anyone who's watching this is ready to fire Paul an email and be like, hey, when is Monorail coming back? Paul does not work in the community department. He doesn't have anything to do with that anymore. He is still a Lego employee. And he does some kind of interesting things, which we'll talk about probably next time. So he does find himself periodically in the presence of AFLs. And some of them remember him because Paul got to be community manager for 10 months. I think it was 10 months before, and I'm getting a little ahead of myself, before Lego, and this is a I mean, I can't even think of a better cliffhanger, before Lego decided they don't need community managers anymore.
Where we're going, we don't need community managers.
And you put your sunglasses down. Exactly. So, but I know that was like just tiny little bit of the story. But we did answer some great questions. We talked about some cool little tangents.
Yeah. What about 36 comments next time, folks?
Did you change the background while you did that?
What are you talking about?
Or was that am I
I'm pretty sure this is, folks, tell Kevin how many times it's been changed.
Okay. Wasn't this blue?
Was it blue? Because the last one it was just up was red.
I don't know. So guys, thanks again for listening to another episode. As always, hopefully you were entertained or educated in some fashion. I think we mentioned this last time. I'll just throw it again one more time in. Check out my Etsy store, folks. I got
definitely. Kevin will sign anything that you buy out of his Etsy store.
Yeah, I mean, I will say,
listen, it's only 50 cents more.
Yeah, I will say, because I think 3 times I've had somebody purchase something from me, and then I'm usually like, I'm really fast. Like if you buy something from me, it's gonna go out either the same day or it's gonna go out the next morning, like first thing in the morning. And I've had it 3 times where I've done that, and someone's like, they send me a message like 8 more hours, and they're like, could you sign it? I'm like, you should have told me that when you bought it. I do not mind. But if you want to buy something and you want me to sign it, you just have to tell me when you buy it so that I will get it ready for you. But check it out. There is some stickers on there. I'm very happy to say that the stickers are selling. I think almost every day I've had an Etsy sale which is really cool.
I can just tell the Bricklink sellers going, one sale a day.
And actually, as dorky as it is, they're for me, there's a few of the original sticker designs that I had mentioned I've never sold at all. None of them.
And you might never. No.
One of them, one of the original 10 that I had never sold any of them. I sold one today. So I'm happy. I'm like, oh, that's one. There's one.
Excellent.
So, but there's another 10. There is another 10 stickers coming. We have finished the reveal. Well, there's still some to reveal, but all of the Brick Builders collection, the Lego inspired stickers are done. There are 20 for this year. I'm not saying that I'm not going to make any more next year, because I probably will, but 20 is it for the year.
All right, Kevin. Well, we need Christmas and Hanukkah stickers too. We need Lego themed Christmas and Hanukkah stickers. Get to it.
Okay.
Do a special Christmas Lego Hanukkah Kwanzaa stickers.
There it is. I will.
You better be. You better be.
I'll write that on my notes. But yeah, check that out. It's really easy. Etsy.com/shop/Mr. Hinkle Draws. That's all. Check it out.
You know what else Kevin does? He's on Patreon too.
Where do the hearts come from?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Now he's watching, folks.
I am on Patreon. Oh, look at my Patreon. Look at this cool thing I got in the mail today.
Oh my God.
This is a postcard.
Yep.
From Greg Hyland. So Greg Hyland is the artist from the original Aphel's comic strip.
What episode was that? What episode did we go over him with?
Oh, that was a while ago.
Was that 3 or 4?
It was in single digits.
You guys go check. There's a playlist that starts on my channel and Kevin's channel.
Yeah.
I don't know how far it goes on mine. I think it's in the 40s. Give it a shot.
Yeah, Greg Hyland is good people. He's up in Toronto, in the Toronto area.
Another Canadian.
Another Canadian. Greg just started his own Patreon. He told me that I had inspired him to start.
Oh, wow.
And so he made these postcards, and so he mailed that out to me.
Nice.
In one of his patrons. Nice. So, but that was really cool. That's it. We've spent enough of your time, guys. It's been almost a whole solid hour. The background is changing so fast, I can't keep up with it.
I don't even know what he's talking about. I couldn't tell you, folks. I think he might have lost his damn mind.
Can't keep up with it. So, hey, Julian, as always, is right over there.
That's Kevin, my man over there with the black shirt on, the glasses, and the fan blade. That fan blade makes the show. There it is. Ooh,
I could now turn it. Just no, can't do it.
So anyway, that's great stuff, Kevin. From all of us here at the Forever Sorting.
Right.
All of you at home, remember, Kevin.
You gotta love those bricks.
Gotta love those bricks. Bye, everybody.